Okay, next we need to add materials and lighting to this. So I'm going to go to the rendered view so we can see what this will look like. I'm going to select my fire and go to the material tabs, the black and red beach ball, click new. Scroll down and let's give it an emission color. Now it's black, so we have to change the value to something higher. And then we'll give it an emission strength. Now you can't see it glow because we need to go to the render properties tab here, turn on bloom. So now we can see it glow. Now to get the particles to do the same thing, we got to select this particle cube that we created. Go to the material tab, use the drop down, and select the glowing material that we created. You'll need to add materials to the trees and the ground and the rocks and the logs as well. But I'm just going to skip over that part because you now know how to add materials. I'm going to go to lighting next. So we just want a single light that's coming from the fire. And I'm going to go to add, light, and do a point light. So if I move this up, we can kind of see it. Let's change the power. Let's make it stronger. And let's change the color. Okay, we're going to animate this power value. But before we do that, like if I put this in the fire to make it look like the fire's emitting, because right now it's above and that's not really accurate. We want it to be here. So fire doesn't have a shadow. It casts shadows from other objects but doesn't have a shadow. So we're going to select the fire again, go to the material tab, scroll down. Under settings, we're going to change the shadow mode to none. Now the light shines through the object because it doesn't have a shadow. And so now we have more accurate shadows casting from the rocks here. So let's click on our light again. And I'm going to animate the power value. So I'll add a keyframe. I can click that dot. Just move the timeline, change the value, move the timeline, change the value. So I'll just do that a few times. Ooh, that's too bright. Okay, I'll select these keyframes, duplicate them with Shift D, and then Shift R to repeat, just like we did with the other one. And there we have our campfire scene.